All right, we're live here with Vidor Jensel, one of the founders of Solrise Finance and several other big projects within the Solana ecosystem. It's great to have you here, Vidor. I'd like to have you take it away. Tell people what you guys are building.
Hey Tristan, thanks for having me. It's really exciting to be here. What a journey this has been, I must say. From a few months, we've achieved a lot of big things. I want to give a bit of back context about who we are and what we did previously. So, the core team that we're all builders and we were building since forever, more than 15 years. We started playing video games. The first version of Solrise Finance came together in 2 weeks for the hackathon, where we won second place. The only thing that we really wanted to do is kind of win the hackathon, honestly, at that point. We thought that we had all the technical capabilities, we just applied. And to give a bit more backstory why we thought we had the technical capabilities is we are the actual team that has been in Solana since early last year. We've implemented Solflare, the wallet that you all know, and Solana Beach, the explorer that you all know. Solflare actually, I think, manages more than a third of all funds circulating on Solana, more than $2.5 billion, which we think is a pretty big success. And we are constantly working on improving Solana Beach, making it better and better each day. So our line of thought was, okay, let's do something that has to do with finance, which would naturally sit within a wallet. So Solrise Finance is a decentralized asset management platform. The idea of it came from several directions, really. First, we were kind of disappointed about Robinhood and GameStop. Secondly, we were kind of very tired of paying all the overhead of the Ethereum transaction fees on similar platforms. You need to pay like $500 per transaction overhead for you to invest or withdraw from an investment fund. So we think that we're the first asset management platform that actually makes sense on a chain where it actually perfectly makes sense. We are truly democratizing the space of investments, and we are by a huge surface increasing the surface of people that are able to invest. So you don't need tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds
All right, Vidor, go for it again.
from the start.
No, not from the start. I guess I had a question for you, which can we can take it from there. I know you
Yeah,
guys
that's it.
have been super early in the Solana ecosystem, like super early, especially with Solflare. What captured your guys' interest? Like, why did you guys dive into this ecosystem before anyone really saw what was going on here?
So to backtrack, around 3 years ago, we've decided that we've cast our nets too wide, that we're doing a lot of things. And similarly, how investors have their investment thesis, we wanted to have our developers thesis. We wanted to infiltrate ourselves within developer communities of really early stage blockchains. And that's what we did. That brought us to a lot of places, including Solana. So that's the rough story. Basically, we are constantly building on the bleeding edge, and I enjoy saying that we spend probably more than 90% of our time doing things that no one has done before. So that's kind of, it was natural to come.
And I know that you've been building in like DeFi and blockchains for a long time, even before Solana. So there's a lot of experience in that. And I'm just curious to hear like why did you switch from these other chains to Solana as well?
So our building journey started with Cosmos and Tendermint. We have two blockchains running in production that we built. We've also been building in a variety of chains, but the thing that's really kind of uh, piqued our interest in Solana that is basically the communication with engineers at Solana and basically the management at Solana as well. We were able to kind of freely communicate on Discord, request features, them being implemented, and the communication flows were really nice, you know. So that's something that means a lot to us developers.
Great. All right, man. Do you want to jump into the demo? Love to see what you're
Yeah,
building here.
yeah. We can show the demo. So basically the demo that I'm going to show is an instance that will be running for the Solrise Dawn testnet running from 8th of June. We'll keep you posted with additional announcements. It is basically an incentivized testnet that incentivized testnet where everyone can become a fund manager and an investor, and I'll kind of bring you through some of the flows and try to explain some of the things that you would be able to do. So initially what we want to start end to end, we want to kind of Obviously stream our mnemonic phrase on stream for everyone to see, but it is just temporary. So let's kind of bootstrap our wallet quickly here. And we want to switch to DevNet because this is our DevNet deployment. Request an airdrop, and then we can start interacting with the app. First of all, we will connect our wallet, allow, and we need to verify our Twitter. So when we do that, it prompts us a tweet. It will get picked up relatively quickly, and then when this process finishes, we will jump into our Solrise Dawn dashboard. So basically, the Solrise Dawn dashboard allows us to create a fund or invest within investment funds. Just to bring you the concept of a fund closer, let's browse some of the existing funds. So for example, Crab 17 created by Matt. Let's see what Matt did. So Matt started with 10,000 USDC, and he did a lot of trading. At the end, he kind of finished with some USDC, Sol, Serum, Link, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sushi. So all these are assets on the Solana blockchain, and Matt, as a manager, was able to kind of make these assets interact with DeFi protocols on the Solana blockchain. Currently, we are using integrating with only Serum Swap. So yeah, that's basically it. We can see how he traded, what's his composition, the investors
Vidor,
of his fund.
Can you zoom in a little bit? That's what I'm seeing in the comments from people.
Sorry. So let me get back. So basically we are able to see the token composition and the fund value over time of Matt's investment fund, and all the investors that have invested with their initial investment and their current return if they would to withdraw right now. So having explained this concept of a fund, let's quickly create our own. So let's call it Demo Day. And this will create our own investment fund. I need to approve that transaction. And on mainnet, obviously, we would need to deposit some USDC, but since this is a testnet, this will be airdropped, so we kind of have an automated process that will be pretty nice for the users. So we are basically waiting for an airdrop of 10,000 USDC, which we will be able to seed our fund with, and basically then rearrange them between different assets of a fund. So the transaction is confirmed. Let me now confirm my investment right there, approving it here. And now the interface will shift to a fund management interface where I'll be able to manage assets. Let me just show you that in a moment. So let's manage the assets. So initially we have USDC only. Let's add a few more. So let's add Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Do it like that. We need to approve the transaction. You can see that those are currently loading. You can see that I have no history in my fund, and I mean the distribution is empty. I haven't done any trades yet. Also, I don't have any investors, and we have a brief description. So let's go to managing our fund. So we have initial $10,000. Let's do, for example, 50% of the $10,000 swap to Ethereum, 1.95 ETH. And for all the smart people in the chat, these are market prices because you cannot incentivize AMMs on a DevNet. So obviously having this on mainnet will be the numbers will be a bit different. And we'll also integrate with Serum Deck, so you will be able to create long-standing buy and sell orders within your fund. So we can see that we kind of just swapped 5,000 of our initial 10,000 USDC to ETH, and let's do like 2,500 to Sol. Let's do it right now, and that happens. That all that happens almost instantly, and we can then look at inspect our performance. Yeah, so our performance, we can see it will refresh just in a moment. We have 2,500 USDC, 5,000 of ETH, and 2,500 of Sol. Let's wait a bit for this graph to update to depict our fund value. Currently it's 10,000 because we just swapped the assets. Let's do some other things and then revert back to our fund to look at its distribution. So what we want to do now is we can also not only like create a fund and manage assets, we can also identify good fund managers and invest in their funds. You might remember at the beginning of the demo I've looked at Matt's fund, although like 4% isn't that much, but let's say I trust him and I want to invest in his fund. So what I'll do right now is I'll create an investor account. The investor account allows me to invest in any number of these funds. So it takes a moment, and then I'll, instead of having $0 available for these investments, I'll have $3,000. That's a number that we've decided that we want to kind of seed people with and for them to start investing. So let's go invest in Matt's fund quickly. Choose it. Let's see, he's having Sol, that's good. Serum, pretty good as well. Okay, let's do it. Let's invest. Let's say I want to invest $1,000. Click invest, approve the transaction, and wait for a bit. So when that transaction goes through, within my investor dashboard, I will immediately be able to see my position at which I entered that fund and what's that investment worth right now. So I entered with $1,000. It's currently worth a bit less than that. Some fees got eaten somewhere. And yeah, so I can then immediately go to that fund. I can see myself in the investor list that I invested $1,000 and have $1,000. And I can also at any point in time go there and withdraw those funds. So for our testnet competition, we will be rewarding 6,000 people, the 1,000 most successful managers and the 5,000 most successful investors. Managers will be rewarded based on their fund performance and manager based on their total investment amount at the end of a 2-week period. I can click here now to the fund that I just previously created, and we can like inspect some of these graphs. So we can see that some of these assets value has decreased slightly since the time that I created this fund, so it's kind of negative a bit. And we can see that I went from $10,000 in USDC to 2,500 in USDC and Sol, and 5,000 in ETH. So I just can show you one more thing. So if I kind of want to pull out of this investment, I can do that anytime by clicking withdraw. That might not have been pretty apparent when I clicked it, but yeah. And when I go back to my investment dashboard, it will kind of sum up my current investment balance and re-add it to my remaining available investment balance. And yeah, I'm able to do that with three funds and manage my one of my funds. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the demo. I just want to kind of tease a small thing. As I said, that we also build Solflare, and since Solflare is a wallet where people manage their money from, it will be pretty natural to have a pretty straightforward integration. So you guys are probably familiar with the Solflare interface. You'll be able to access these investment funds right directly through it. I'm open for any questions. I think that would be from our demo. Visit don.solrise.finance and new things coming soon.
Some people were asking what the prize is, and I know it's a pretty juicy prize, so maybe you want to talk on that.
So the total prizes that are going to be split between 6,000 people is 5 million Solrise tokens, up to $250,000, maybe.
Whoa, that's freaking huge. Are you hearing that, listeners? Like, definitely worth participating in this contest and sharing it and whatnot. I guess, Vidor, I have one last question, and then if anyone has questions, please ask them in the chat, and we'll take them here for Vidor. My question for you is, I know the team's been building out a lot, like you guys have several people, and I'd love to hear a little bit about how that's going, if you're still looking for people, if people should reach out to you.
Oh man, we've scaled more than double since the end of the hackathon. So the day that even before we were announced as winners of the hackathon, I started pinging people and saying, hey, this will make a lot of sense, let's doing this. So we kind of had a pretty big team even after the hackathon. Even before that, we knew that we were going to fundraise. So I think we're currently 14 people. We've scaled from 5. The team is growing. We have like 3 big offices in Novi Sad and Belgrade. The team is expanding. We're all pretty happy to be working in this kind of vibrant and fast-paced ecosystem.
Let's go. I'm very excited to see how this all
Yeah.
develops, Vidor. And thank you so much for coming on. I am not seeing any other questions, so we appreciate your time, man.
Thank you, Tristan, for having me.
Yeah,
Bye.
absolutely. Bye. Take care.